Howdy peeps, we are down in Mandurah, WA, for a rather exciting one this time. We're finally picking up the family caravan. Look at everyone so excited. We're actually down here at Hoodburger. There you go. What was that?
I'm not excited much.
Not excited much. She is. We're all excited. So we're going to grab a feed because we have been on the road since about 4:30 a.m. And then we're going to pick up this van. So yeah, pretty bloody excited. I'm out of my element. Anyway, that's enough of an intro. Let's get it. To pick up our van, we headed from Geraldton down to Mandurah to Sunshine Trail Caravans. We'd been searching for a caravan for a couple of months before we settled on Sunshine Trail, as we believe them to be the best value, fully serviced off-road, off-grid caravan on the Australian market today. If you are in the market for an off-road hybrid, definitely check out Sunshine Trail, because I reckon they might just have what you're after. I promise I tried to be sensible whilst listening to Lethan for the handover, but I think I was probably just a little bit excited to hook up, start towing and get out there and have an adventure. Alright, so we've just hooked up the caravan. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to measure from the ground to the top of the wheel arch on the front and the back and see if the front is sitting a little higher than the back, because I reckon by millimeters it is, but we'll check it out. 870. Front one's sitting at 880, rear's at 870, so we're 10 mil lower at the back, and the caravan's not fully loaded yet, so that might be a problem. So one very important thing I'm told to do with caravanning is check your pressures. So I've just pulled up to check the pressures, and I can tell you right now, this caravan, you see the colours in the background there, and then the car matches well. But I tell you what, for those wondering, you do feel it in the T60. So the van's probably around, I don't know, 2.5 at the moment. Maybe we'll have to go over a get some wangs going there. Some wangs, indeed. But yeah, 100%. You know this thing's towing this much weight. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. She ain't nearly as nippy. But it's doing it fine, you know. It's quite happy, not a lot of protest. But yeah, you definitely feel it. Oh, I love the electric brakes too. Well done, Red Arc and ARB Jero. Thanks for installing that. Alrighty, so we've towed up the freeway a bit now. I was probably a little bit excited before about how it felt on the T60. It actually handles it really well, so that's nice. Yes, you still know it's there. What I mean by that is she just doesn't have a lot of get up and go from the get-go. It's plenty fine. You'll pick up your speed nicely. Traffic doesn't freak out or anything like that, so it's not struggling per se. But yeah. Look at it. Sorry about these noises, they keep happening. But, you know, you can see why. I think she comes up real nice. Can't wait to get it out and about. I'm just towing it around in good old Perth or wherever the hell I am. Where am I? I think I'm in Rockingham, maybe. I need to stop and get a DO35 hitch lock. So I'm going to look at some bubbles tonight. I don't know. Look at that. The only bra you'll see today. Alrighty, day 2 of caravan ownership, and we are finally doing the tow test that I said I'd do almost 12 months ago, and we'll bring some details of the T60 and what it's actually like in a real world scenario. We're going to tow this thing roughly about 450 kilometers up the highway. We'll see how many litres of diesel she burns, and of course just how it feels, you know, going at that speed for that long. Just a side note before we get going, we'll probably throw it across a Weighbridge once we're back up in Jero so we can see what we've actually towed down. And another thing, how good are DO35s? This bad boy, oh, it's so easy to hook up. Love that. I'm gonna have DO35 on all my new trailers, I reckon. Like I'm gonna get any more new trailers. Alright, let's hit the road. Alright peeps, well we are at Mandurah. We have a rather amusing toilet sign. But so far we're sitting on, I mean it's always a big thing with towing, right? Look at that! What a rig. 13.0 is what we're sitting on, litres per 100. So there we go. Back in Geraldton now, time to head out, jump on the Weighbridge and find out just how much we've been towing. Hello. So there you have it, 5,300 kilograms. After the Weighbridge, it was time to fill up the water tanks. Oh my. Fill up the diesel. And head up to Kalbarri, where I promised the intention was to do more videos. But to be honest, I got carried away camping with the family. Alright, final thoughts. At the start of the video, I said that the rear was sitting slightly lower than the front. And this was because we'd actually only half filled the front tank of the Caravan. Once we fully filled at the front and the back, it certainly sat a little bit more level, so a little less on the ball weight, which is a good thing. The car towed fine. The whole time I didn't tow with any assists, so I kept it in auto. The ZF transmission in the T60 did really well. It did like going to 5th, and it certainly held 6th a lot, going through the hills north of Geraldton up to Kalbarri. But on its way from Perth, pretty much all the way through to Geraldton, it would sit in 6, 7 or 8. Pretty decent. It's worth noting, as you crest a hill, the weight of the Caravan, I guess, transfers forward, and you feel it is the best way I can describe that. Almost like a lightness to the T60 as you first crest over, and then everything settles again. So it's a half second. If you had a heavier tow rig, I don't think you'd have that. If you were towing something lighter than the vehicle, so bear in mind, the Caravan's actually weighing more than the T60. And that's not ideal towing scenario. Ideally, the tow rig is heavier than what you're towing. But in this case, just that little half second as you crest a hill is there. So towing with no assists, I didn't have the throttle controller on and we just kept it in normal. I did use the eco though for maneuvering with the Caravan. So when I was reversing, especially at home, I've just got to reverse into up a little hill. Throw it in eco, it gives you a lot more control over the throttle, significantly easier. So when all was said and done and we were parked up at home, 13.7 litres per 100 is what we got. And that is towing from Mandurah all the way up to Geraldton with the extra roughly about 180 litres of water we put on in Geraldton just to see what it would be like at max weight. Would I recommend the T60 as a tow rig? You know what, I'd probably consider the D90 to be honest. I think it's probably a little bit better in terms of comfort if you're towing long distances. Now if you're towing long distances and you do want the carrying capacity, T60 all the way, quite easily. It has enough power, it manoeuvres around town quite well, so I guess the 500 Newton meters of torque helps with that. I will say if you do start using power modes or throttle controllers, it gets a little wiggle on, so yeah, there's definitely a little wiggle through the car as it tries to, I guess the torque converter's getting involved in that sort of thing, but you just tow it in normal and it's absolutely fine. We'll be doing some towing off-road. I did do a little bit in Lucky Bay. It's very planted on corrugations, which is fantastic, but I think the D90 if you're doing lots of towing and you want a bit of comfort, the T60 if you want some if you want the extra load. Absolutely. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it and you want to see where we go next with the Caravan, with the T60, with the off-roading, like, subscribe, share it around. It is, after all, just a bit of fun, this channel. And I should get involved in the comments because I love interacting with you guys. Quite a few of you are messaging me on my other socials as well. So Facebook and Instagram, that's where we are. It's Dicey Ricey Off-Road. You'll find me. Yeah, get involved in the comments and ask more questions around towing, and if you want to see me do something specifically with the Caravan, then I'll do it. Next video, we're going down to Morley 4-wheel drive, channel sponsors, and we're getting some modifications done to the car, and we're actually going to head out bush to see how we go with the Caravan. Now the Caravan is a Sunshine Trail, as I mentioned at the start. It is off-road, off-grid, and I think we might do a walkthrough. I don't know. If you do want to walk through the Caravan to see the whole thing and see what it's like, comment below and we'll put some time and effort into it. Other than that, thanks for watching.